Hey, what is happening, guys? Good morning. Happy Friday. Got kind of a fun Bitcoin story to share with you guys today. Kind of bundled up. It's like 17 degrees here in Chicago. Just a few days ago, it was like 50, 60 degrees. We were at the gun range outside in t-shirts shooting, and today it's 17 degrees. So crazy weather. But got kind of a fun Bitcoin story to share with you. Less than a year ago, I was teaching a buddy of mine about Bitcoin. I sent him $10 worth of Bitcoin just to kind of get him in the game and show him how it works. And show him kind of how to send and receive, and he kind of totally forgot about it. Yesterday, just kind of out of the blue, we hadn't talked in a little while, he calls me up to ask me a couple questions about Bitcoin, and I told him, I'm like, I think I set up a Coinbase account for you like a year ago, and he's like, oh, I don't remember the login. I said, send yourself a reminder and or password reset, and see if it's still set up. So he logs in. I wound up hopping on it. I did a live stream with Chris from the Thrift Shop Hustler on eBay and Steam, and I think he's at Reseller on Steam, and if you want to check him out. If you didn't check out the live stream, check it out. We were talking eBay, merch, reselling, and we kind of got distracted with crypto, so I'd love to have him back on, talk a little bit more about eBay and reselling, which is kind of his main thing. But yeah, we kind of, the conversation took us elsewhere. Anyhow, I get off the live stream, I check my text messages, and sure enough, I got a screenshot that my buddy sends me of this Coinbase account, and that $10 has grown into $225. Had he checked a day or two earlier when Bitcoin was at the high of, what, 19,500 or 19,700, probably would have been closer to $300 even. And it's kind of a funny story. Back in the early days of Bitcoin, everybody was passing out Bitcoins like candy, right? And the Bitcoin community as a whole tends to be really, really generous. They'll really get behind a cause. They'll pass out free Bitcoin to kind of spread mass adoption and things like that. If you ever went to like a Bitcoin meetup or a Bitcoin conference or convention in the earlier days, the people who were more established in it and kind of the experts or knew a little bit more, they get a group of 20 people around them and, hey, I'm going to send each of you guys $1 or $5 and kind of show you guys how this stuff works. So the Bitcoin community is very generous, especially in the early days, to kind of help adoption. And even more, I mean, even still today, I think somebody gave Andres Antonopoulos 27 Bitcoins the other day. The same lady that, I guess for kind of spreading adoption and kind of helping grow Bitcoin and being a big figure in the community. And somebody the other day I saw on Reddit, actually, this lady gave him 1 Bitcoin, a full Bitcoin, for designing her, I guess he made her some kind of weird, dog picture for I don't know, an icon or a meme or something, and she gave him a Bitcoin for making a cool drawing for us. So people with Bitcoins are really generous. It's kind of funny, if you look on, if you're in like the Reddit or cryptocurrency or BTC subreddits, you'll often see, people say, 5 years ago today, and they'll call out a specific username, you / BTC guy sent me 5 Bitcoins to help me get started, or sent me 5 Bitcoins because he liked one of my posts. Today that's worth $60,000, or, oftentimes it's a smaller amount. Today that's worth a couple $100. But, people were really generous with their Bitcoins. People were trying to grow it, so we're passing them out. And so yeah, I guess kind of my story with my buddy is he was trying to trade penny stocks. He couldn't turn his money over fast enough because, after you trade, there's a settlement period, so you can't trade for a couple days. You can normally get away with a couple trades, and then I forget the word for it, but they'll tell you that you're, I don't know. Somebody dropped the word in the comment section. It's going to drive me crazy. But there's a word, you're doing blah, 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 and then they'll shut you down, and they won't let you trade until all your money clears after that. That it really is going to drive me nuts. But anyhow, he was doing that. He couldn't turn his money over fast enough. Then he got started doing this binary options thing, which you don't hear much about anymore. A year ago, a couple years ago, man, every YouTube pre-roll ad was, do you want to make money trading binary options? And there were a lot of affiliate marketers doing the binary option thing. I really don't understand what it is. I don't know if you're trading currency pairs or betting on events, but basically it's very volatile. The companies that do it charge ridiculously high fees. So for the most part, the only people making money with that were either the affiliates and or the brokers actually selling the binary options. But my buddy was messing with those. I think he kind of got fed up with those, wasn't making money, gave that up. And I told him, I'm like, you know, you like trading penny stocks, you like, you know, high risk stuff. He's kind of a gambler. I was like, you know, you should check out, you know, Bitcoin and start trading some of these altcoins. And he's not the most tech savvy guy, but you know, he'll figure stuff out. So anyhow, one day I remember, I think I bought my house last November. So I told him, I said, you know, come over, check out my new house, and you know, we'll sit down. I'll help you create a Coinbase account. I'll give you a little walkthrough of Bitcoin. We can get you started, and you can start trading altcoins on GDEX or whatever. And you know, you might be able to make some money. So he and his girlfriend come over. I think he brought me a case of beer, a bottle of booze over, kind of housewarming present. We sat down. I helped him set up a Coinbase account. Sent him $10 worth of Bitcoin. I guess he never really got started doing anything. He's terrible with losing passwords. So I'll always be like, oh, you still do? Oh, I lost my password. I can't get into that. And I'm like, dude, do a password reset. So anyhow, yesterday, he's a good friend of mine. We don't talk that often sometimes, but it's kind of one of those friendships where as soon as you talk, you pick up, you know, like you just left off or whatever. But anyhow, he calls me yesterday. He's like, oh, you know, I heard Bitcoin was really high. I was thinking about you. So he hit me up. We talked about Bitcoin a little bit. He had an interest a while back. I kind of helped him set up a YoBit account just to collect free coins or free tokens or whatever. They give out free coins every day. And I guess he hasn't really been using that. But, you know, yesterday he calls me up. He's like, okay, I'm really going to get started with this GDEX stuff. You know, let me know what I need to do. Let me know how to get started. So I talked to him a little bit. And then, you know, like I said, I wound up having to hop on the live stream. I get off it, and that $10 has grown to $225. So I thought that was kind of cool. I think he's sold on Bitcoin now. I'll have to, I think I may sit down with him this week and kind of walk him through Bittrex and how to trade and stuff like that. But yeah, just kind of a funny story. I know there's a lot of stories like that out there. You know, so-and-so gave me this tip in Bitcoin this many years ago. I had this little bit of Bitcoin stuck in a wallet that I just found. And there's all these kind of fun stories about how $10 turns into a couple hundred or a couple thousand or whatever. So, you know, I started this video off with a quick screenshot, and I'll pop it up again at the end. But yeah, that's just kind of my fun Bitcoin story from yesterday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're marching towards 100,000. I appreciate all your help in getting there. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.